Hello everybody, and welcome back to my podcast, Voices of Change. Today I want to talk about a civil rights struggle that deserves not just our attention, but our compassion and our outrage. The ongoing fight for women's rights in Afghanistan. When people think of civil rights movements, their minds often go to the marches in Salem or the speeches of Dr. King. But across the world in war-torn regions and repressive regiments, women are fighting battles just as urgent. For education, for freedom, for survival. Afghanistan is one of those places, and the story of Afghan women is not one of silence. It's a story of strength, defiance, and unbreakable hope. Imagine being told that your voice doesn't matter, that your dreams don't matter, that your existence must be hidden behind a curtain. That's the reality Afghan women faced under Taliban rule in the 1990s, and again now. They were banned from working, banned from attending schools, forbidden from walking outside alone, forbidden from wearing shoes that made noise. According to scholar Zora Rasik and her colleagues, over 80% of women in Kabul reported worsening mental health, anxiety, and depression during the first Taliban era. 1 in 2 suffered the trauma of war, abuse, and loss. Their lives shrank behind closed doors, physically and emotionally. And today, history is repeating itself. But here's the part we don't hear enough. They never stopped resisting. Afghan women formed secret schools in their homes. They wrote poetry. They protested even when it meant being beaten in the streets. They spoke out even when it meant risking their lives. Women like Nagin Nahin, who once served in the Afghan government and founded Equality for Peace and Democracy, have worked relentlessly to make women's voices heard in peace talks and public policy. This isn't weakness. This is courage. And like movements in the U.S., Afghan women have found power in education. After the fall of the Taliban in 2001, school enrollment skyrocketed. For the first time in years, girls were flooding classrooms, eager to learn, eager to live. As political scientist Sheila Reedy points out, this wasn't just a policy shift, it was a cultural revolution built by the determination of women who had been told they didn't belong in school at all. Their determination should inspire all of us. But the fight in Afghanistan is different too. It's harder in many ways. Women don't have a constitution they can return to for protection. Instead, as Naiza Shah explained, the Afghan constitution allows Islamic courts to override international human rights laws when the two conflict. That means protections for women can vanish at any time, and often do. This explains why even legal victories feel like sand in their hands, impossible to hold on to. And now with the Taliban back in power, we're seeing those hard-won rights erased almost overnight. Schools for girls beyond grade 6 have been closed. Women are once again banned from most jobs. Even visiting a park is off limits. Scholar Michael Cox writes that the return of Taliban rule has crushed the fragile progress women made in the last 2 decades, leaving them once again silenced and erased from public life. But Afghan women are still fighting, in whispers and in shouts, in secret classrooms and on smuggled phones. They're risking everything because they believe in a future where they are seen, heard, and free. And they're asking us not to save them, but to stand with them. So what can we do? We can speak their names, we can share their stories, we can make sure their struggle isn't forgotten the moment it becomes inconvenient. Civil rights aren't just a chapter in American history, they're a human right, and the women of Afghanistan are demanding theirs with more bravery than most of us will ever be asked to show. This isn't just their fight, it's ours too. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to leave a comment and like my podcast on all platforms.